really take the map and drive the instructor inside the classroom and link it to the M step, then everything will move. You see it?
Ladies, third grade teachers, could you tell me, how do you think this professional development was for you today?
Easy. It was productive. It was exciting.
We will never leave Mr. Hurt advising.
Because the schools that I've worked with, the teachers I've worked with, their scores just go through the roof, because what I do is I talk about practical stuff that's practical. Because I'm a former teacher and also I'm a principal, so I'm gonna be telling you guys things that I know will work in your classroom.
For booking, please visit SHURT School Turnaround Specialist.
So I believe that, if everybody say it can't get done, I'm like, yes it can, why not? I said, if these kids can't read, then I'm not gonna propose them. All this, mom, dad, I'm gonna look you in your face and say this kid can't read. We let them down. School, parents, we let them down, but I'm not gonna take them to the next grade knowing that they're not at grade level. It's funny because I'm always like, okay, how are schools successful? Well, schools are successful when they demand greatness. Greatness just doesn't come. We're about to make history. We're about to learn, we're about to grow, we're about to make history. And then, mark my word, it's gonna be other school districts, other places around it that's gonna be doing this thing. We're gonna be the first model. And I'm speaking that into existence, okay?
For booking, please visit SHURTSchoolTurnaroundSpecialist.com.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. This is Sean Hurt with another powerful Saturday morning podcast. And this morning, I will be discussing 7 reasons why your curriculum has to be relevant and connect with the students. Once again, 7 reasons why your curriculum has to be relevant and connect with the students. So I'm excited regarding this one. I am pre-recorded, so I can't give out shout outs to anybody that's on because it's a pre-recorded podcast. So I would like to say once again, thank you for everybody for supporting me. My son has an AU basketball game, so when this goes live, I will be at his game. So keep your fingers crossed. I know that hopefully he'll do good. No one gets hurt, and they come with the victory. But I will be talking about for the next 30 minutes why this curriculum has to be relevant and connect with the students. And you say, Hurt, why are you talking about this during the summertime? It's summertime and I'm kicking back. I'm relaxing. Well, yes, keep on kicking back, keep on relaxing. There's nothing wrong with that. But this is the time where, as a principal, assistant principal, curriculum director, assistant soup, you have to look at your curriculum, because you're going to be ordering the curriculum. You're going to be unpacking it, and you have to look at it. Is it relevant, and does the curriculum connect with the students? So I'm talking about the 7 reasons why you must have this curriculum to be relevant to your students and how it will have an impact on everything that you discuss. Well, Hurt, what does it have an impact on? First, it's going to have an impact on student behavior. It's going to have an impact on your academic scores. It's going to have an impact on teacher retention and hiring teachers. Wow, I didn't know about yes. It's going to have an impact on parental involvement and engagement. All these things will impact if you have a relevant curriculum that connects. You got to connect with the students. So you might say, Hurt, this curriculum right here is good. Does it connect with the students? Oh, I'm saying something right there. Hurt, we like this curriculum. Does it connect with the students? Because it works over there at this district. They might have a different type of kids and students over there. So that curriculum supports those kids, those students over there. But it might not support and connect with the students that you have where you're at. So go ahead and get that pencil and paper, and we're going to go ahead and get started. But, I always ask this question. What is keeping you up at night as an educator? I know summertime is nice outside and you on vacation, doing all those things. but what is keeping you up at night as an educator? So I'm gonna need you to put it in the chat. Please put that in the chat. Say, Hurt, this is what's keeping me up at night as an educator. Put it in the chat for me. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. And I'm gonna start off. Mine is this. How are we addressing our failing schools and districts? That's why I do the work. This is what's keeping me up at night right about now. This time of the season. This keeps me up at night because currently you're getting your state scores, you're getting your scores, districts, you're getting all these scores. How do I know? I'm working with schools. They're calling me. I'm seeing scores, NWA, iReady, you name it, your state scores. I'm seeing them, the preliminary stuff they're coming in. Some of the scores you're not happy with. Hurt, I'm not happy with my scores. I'm just not happy. What are you going to do different this year coming up than you did last year? Well, Hurt, I don't know. I'm just, hopefully I'm going to throw something on the wall and it sticks. I don't want hope and wishes and dreams that I'm going to throw something on the wall and it sticks. I want you to be able to have a plan in place, a very strategic plan in place to address your academic data. No, you cannot be happy, and I'm tired of this, that 7% of the kids are proficient in math. 18% of the kids are proficient in reading. That's nothing to be happy about. That's nothing to be, cheering and, come on, really? 18%? 18%, 20%. So what about the other 80% of the kids? So think about it. We got 10 kids. 2 kids are proficient. These other 8 are not. And we happy. We throwing a party. That's why I'm doing the work that I'm doing. So what is keep you up at night? Put it in the chat and hit that share button. Tell somebody that Hurt is on. He's about to talk about this curriculum. Go ahead. Yes, your teams need to be on here. So go ahead. Share it out. I need everybody on here. Let's share it out. Let's share it out. Let's share it out. The last thing before I jump into what I'm going to talk about, if you have not purchased this book, you got to get it. Every parent must read this. Parent plus school equals student success. Listen, a school district bought about 300 plus copies for all of their parents. They're going to pass out in August. You need to get this book. This is non-negotiable. If you are a parent, if you are a school principal or a superintendent, you must purchase this book. Where do I get it from? If you want to buy a few copies, you can go ahead on my website. You can get it from my website. If you're buying bulk order, inbox me and we'll send a talk. Hurt, I want to get a book for all of my parents. Inbox me your email. Let's set up a meeting. We'll talk. And I'll make sure that the price point will be very, very reasonable, easy read. If you sit down, it'll take you 3 hours to read this book. All right. Now let's go and get started. 7 reasons why your curriculum has to be relevant and connect with the students. Why is this important? Because this is the time that you're going to be looking at curriculum. You're going to be choosing. You're going to be picking. You're going to have your teams together. Your school improvement plan. You have to put in your school in front of your school improvement plan. You got to have it vetted by your school board or your assistant superintendent. All these things is taking place, and you have to do it now. You got to do it on June the 27th. You can't wait to August because that means you're going to be having a very horrible school year, waiting to the last minute, trying to see if this curriculum is relevant and all the other stuff. So the first thing that happens when you have excellent curriculum, the first thing, or one of the first things is student engagement skyrockets. Write it down. Student engagement skyrockets. When students see themselves, their interest and the realities in the material, they lean in and learn. I'm going to say this again. Student engagement skyrockets. When students see themselves, their interests and the realities in the materials, they lean in and learn. You say, Hurt, why is my classroom management bad? Why is this? Why is that? So let's start with this. Is the curriculum relevant and does it connect with the students? If it does, you will still see student engagement skyrocket. So let me give you an example that I always talk about this. I remember I got mad. I was like, I want to get my kids engaged in reading when I was a middle school teacher. Middle school principal. I'm middle school principal, 600 kids. I'm talking to my reading specialist, my coach, AP when we are in the meeting. And I was like, man, my kids got to get engaged, especially my boys, my inner city, my black boys. I want them to start to read. I want them to be engaged. So then I went to a conference and they asked the question. They said, does any of your reading materials look like the students that attend your school? And what the presenter said, they said, the next day I want you to go to your classroom or your building, go to the reading area and pick out 5 or 6 books and tell me if these books look like your students. Now, mind you, inner city or African American students. So the next day, because I went in there, I went into 5 of my classrooms, reading classrooms. Not one book looked like the students that went to my school. Not one book. So is it the student's fault, the teacher's fault, the parents' fault? No. I had to put that blame on me. So then at the end of the year, I went to I was doing my Title I, Title II budgets and everything. I'm looking at my budgets. I said, I am ordering $40,000 worth of books that's going to come in over the summertime, and I'm putting them inside of the classrooms. And what I did, oh yes, I'm starting to feel good about this. I told my curriculum specialist, I said, I want you to have a meeting with my 5 reading teachers, and I want you to pick out 7 or 8 books that we can order, classroom sets or whatever it may be. 5 authors, but these books must look like the kids we serve. So after about 3 or 4 days, they came in with the list, boom. And then I said, all right, went to my secretary. We had Title I budget. Where'd you get the money from? Title I, Title II, 31A. I'm gonna say this again because I got new principals. No one has never told you and sat down with this. How do I purchase materials for my students? You might be able to go to general funds, but your general funds budget might be wiped out. Go to your Title I, Title II, 31A. I purchased those books, put them in the classroom. The rest is history. I started to see my young kids, my young middle school kids, especially the boys, become more interested in reading because the books looked like them. And I got mad at myself because I'm like, shoot, I was in the 6th grade before 7th grade. I was never interested in any of the stuff that did not look like me. I'm sorry. I was not Romeo and Juliet, Shakespeare. I know that millions of schools read those books and whatever it may be. I'm not saying they're bad. But for me, when I was 15, 14, 13, that did not interest Sean Hurt. No Romeo and Juliet or Shakespeare. I'm very sorry. But other books did. And I started to read them and get engaged with them. And then I started to talk about it. I was able to write my book reports. Now we typing the stuff up. I did research, the whole 9 yards, because the books look like me. I know I'm saying something with that. I know I got some people that hurt. You talking good. I gotta look at my books. Yep, go look at them on Monday. Go ahead. Go into the classrooms. Go to your library. Do the books look like the kids that you serve every day? Number 2, stay with me. Hit that share button. Let me know if this is sounding good. Number 2, real world application makes learning meaningful. Real world application makes learning meaningful. Students are far more motivated because we talk about motivating kids when they understand why something matters beyond the classroom. Students are far more motivated when they understand why something matters beyond the classroom. I had a conversation with a superintendent the other day. She know who she is. We had a 2 hour, 3 hour conversation, and we were talking about stocks and day trading. And then I told her, I said, if I was a principal of a middle school and high school, I would have my 6th grade through 12th grade. We would be doing day trading because that is something that is real world application. Kids, young men, young boys, young girls want money. They understand money. They understand fashions, Prada, Gucci, you name it, Nike, Puma, whatever it is. They ask for it. My kids ask for it. But how real would it be if now we can day trade and you can make money every day? You can see money making within your bank account. My 2 kids, I have a daughter that's 19. She's home from college. I asked her, and this is the real truth. I said, Charity, that's now. I said, you gonna get a job, babe? Come on now, summertime. I know you're home from school 3 months. What you doing? She said, Dad, I don't need no. I'm not trying to get no job. I'm a day trader. What? When you become that? I was doing that in school, Dad. I told you. I said, okay, tell me a little bit more about it. She was like, Dad, I day trade. So I'm just in my room day trading and I love it. This is what we do. This is what the young folks do. And then she hit me with this. This is what she hit me with. She said, Dad, I make close to 80 to 90 to $100 a day trading. What? Yeah, she said, yeah, Dad, this is how much I make a day. I know when the stocks is going to go down, I got a limit, and whatever she said, and I know when they're going to go up. I sell it, I look at it, monitor it. I got it on my phone. I get I get things that I get alerts on my phone. These whole 9 yards. So then I'm listening to my daughter give me this feedback. I've heard about it before, and I was like, man, if I was a principal, that would be something I would do. Well, how does day trading help out? Well, real world application. We talking about math. We talking about graphs. We talking about statistics. We talking about being able to understand different things, reading the whole 9 yards. And then on top of that, I know what the state tests look like. They ask about graphs. They ask about percentages. They ask about all those things. So how do we get the kids to be motivated? Real world application. I'm just talking about day trade. I'm just talking about one thing right there. They will understand it. They will be more engaged. You don't have to worry about kids fighting, the middle school kids vaping, the high school kids vaping. You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry. Your attendance will increase because kids will want to go to school to make money. They're day trading. They're doing something that they're interested in. This is why the title of my lesson is why your curriculum has to be relevant and connect with the students. Not with the teachers, not with the principal, but with the students. Hit that share button. Let me know if I'm sounding good. Let me know if I'm sounding good. Let me know does this resonate to you? Man, real world application makes learning meaningful. I'm fired up now. Woo! I'm fired up. I'm motivated. I'm fired up. I'm fired up. Number 3. Cultural connection validates identity. Cultural connection validates identity. A curriculum that reflects the student's culture, language, and lived experience tells them. This is what it tells them. Write it down. Write this down. It tells them you belong here. I'm gonna say this again. You gotta get this. A curriculum that reflects students' culture, language, and lived experience tells them. It tells Raheem. It tells Brittany. It tells all of these kids, you belong in this classroom and in this school. So if I got curriculum that does not reflect the culture, the language, and lived experience, it tells them that you do not belong here. Let that sink in. by you and that curriculum lets the kids know I don't belong here. So if I don't belong here, I'm going to fight. I'm going to wild out. I'm going to cuss out the teacher. I'm going to go ahead and talk on my phone during a class session. I'm going to leave out and vape. I'm going to just be doing all of this stuff that young people do because the curriculum tells them that they do not belong at your school. Well, I didn't know it was that deep. Yes, it's that deep. That's why at the end of the day, the end results is 3% proficiency in math and 6% in reading. Your kids can learn. They're very proficient. They got all that. But what are we doing to connect the culture within the classroom? Culture connection validates identity. It's not rocket science. This is what it is. Yeah, man. And then you're having all these meetings and all of this, and you're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on things that you haven't even got results. You have never got the results that you're looking for. Every year for the last 8 years, you're spending money. You done hired this person. You done hired a climate and culture person. You done been to 55 PDs. You done read 25 million thousand books. You done did all those things, and nothing have changed on your campus. Why? Because cultural connection validates identity. What does your curriculum look like? What 7 reasons why your curriculum has to be relevant and connect with the students. How does that sound? Hit that share button, give me some love, give me some emojis. I got all my YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, all of y'all folks. Go ahead, share this out. It's not time to keep this. It's not time. We got to get this word out. This word has to get out to other educators all around the world. We have to be able to sit and have these tough conversations regarding our curriculum. Well, how do I have the tough conversations? Show them this video. Give them the 7 reasons why. And then on that, after you show them this video, show them your data. We got 5% of our kids proficient in reading, 12% in math, 3% in science, but 13% of social studies. That's what it usually looks like with 800 students in the middle school. Our state scores at the high school is low. We got an average SAT score of what? 650, 700, 710. The highest you get, 1600. I know I'm talking to somebody out there. Yes, you should be ashamed of yourself. High school principal, the average score is 750. And the most you get is 1600. Come on now. You playing with me with this. Quit playing and let's get serious with what we got to get serious with. All right, go ahead and stay with me. I got about 3 more minutes. I'm going to go ahead and go to the next one. I know I'm not going to be able to get everything, but you know, we're going to have a part 2 next week. Number 4, higher retention of knowledge. Students remember what feels meaningful. I'm going to say it again. Students remember. We got to get them to be engaged. We got to get them to remember what feels meaningful. When content connects to their world, their brain. Oh man, we talking about brain. We talking about the right side, left side. Oh, I know. I studied this. I've been doing this for 27 years. Their brain tag is as important as it sticks. So your brain is going to remember the things that feels meaningful. So if I want something to stick in my brain, hint, hint, I want them to learn it. You have to have something that's meaningful. My brain is not going to remember anything that's meaningful. Think about the things you remember. The things you remember are the things that's meaningful. It could be good or bad, positive or negative. But if it had a direct impact on you at that time, at the age of 13, you'll remember it now when you're 48 years old. I remember when I was 13 years old, I did boom, boom, boom. You remember that. You remember that. It's funny because my kids, my wife and my daughter, they always watch like this thing called Love Island, whatever. So then they always ask the question on Love Island. I'm like, it's nonsense to me, but hey, they watch it. When is do you remember the first person you kissed? Now these folks, 35, 30, they older folks. Yeah. I remember when I was 16 years old or when I was 13 years old. Because it's meaningful. You remember that. And you might remember the person who did you wrong too. I remember such and such. You know, I remember Skeeter. Skeeter did me wrong. Skeeter. You say, Herbert, whose name is Skeeter? Skeeter did me wrong. I remember Skeeter did me wrong when I was a junior high school. Come on, you got to let that go. Come on now, you 55 years old with grandkids. You can't be thinking about how Skeeter did you wrong, what, 40 odd years ago now. Come on now, you got to forgive Skeeter. But it goes back, higher retention of knowledge. Students remember what feels meaningful to them when content connects to the real world. So I'm gonna stop right there. I want to make sure that I have adequate time. So this is what I want you to do. If you like this information or if you need more feedback, inbox me and we can sit down and talk about it. And then also the other thing is that if you like for me to come and work with your school, work with your district, inbox me, let me know, and we can make this work. So once again, thank you very much for tuning in on this morning. I appreciate you. I love you. Make sure you go ahead and go to Create and Educate at 10:30. I know they're going to have a wonderful topic. So thank you very much for all of the support. And like I always say, if no one have told you this week that they love you, I love you. I I love you. I appreciate you. I thank you. Let's have a blessed day. Let's have a blessed week. And let's conquer the world.